The information and opinions you hear on this radio show are those of the guests and callers and do not necessarily reflect the opinions of KFNX, its affiliates, management, or advertisers.
Networking Arizona is brought to you by Hypnotic One. You can visit them on the web at hypnotic1.com. That's hypnotic1.com. Networking Arizona is also brought to you by More Wealth. For more wealth and security in your retirement, visit morewealth4mywealth.com. That's MOORE wealth, the number 4, mywealth.com.
Welcome to Networking Arizona with host Carol Blonder. You'll hear interviews with businesses located throughout the valley. Networking, it makes a difference.
If I traded it all.
Welcome to the show, everyone. I cannot believe that it's already Friday, but we're networking with everybody here in the studio already. My first guest, not only is she my guest here, but she's also one of my sponsors. So thank you. I have with me Shawna Moore. She's the owner of Moore Wealth Management. Welcome to the show. You today came in and you said, Carol, I want to talk about something a lot of people don't know about. So welcome back to the show. I want you to tell everybody first a little bit about yourself and then what you do and what we're going to talk about today.
All right. Well, thank you, Carol, for having me back again. I'm Shawna Moore with Moore Wealth, and I've been in the retirement planning business now. This is my 27th year, I believe it is. My dad was in the business. I got talked to get into the business in high school, got licensed at 18. It's all I've ever done. And so retirement planning has changed a lot over those years. It used to be a lot simpler. Most people had pensions. Then you had your Social Security, and you didn't really need to have a lot of extra savings. But things have really changed. Pensions have gone away. Now we have 401ks instead. So how do you turn that into guaranteed income for retirement that you can't outlive? You have volatility in the market. You have inflation, so there's a lot of changes. And so what we really do is put together a retirement income plan for our clients, making sure that they have everything situated in the right way for their retirement so that they can be stress-free and really enjoy retirement.
Now, you're also an author.
I am.
You're newly an author. She has a book that she's written. It's called Retire with Moore, Moore, The Holistic Approach for a Relaxed Retirement. And we're going to open up the lines of the audience for everyone to get entered into win 5 people. She wants to give away 5 of these books. So we're going to just keep the lines open for the rest of the show. And our number here is 602-277-5369. And toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. She's not only an author, she's also, she has you have a podcast that you do, right? And you want to tell everybody a little bit about that?
Yes. So we do a podcast. It's More Wealth Retirement Talk, and you can find us on Spotify, Apple Podcast, and Amazon. And so kind of similar to here, it's a little bit different, but with that we do a weekly podcast just talking about different topics and making sure that we're helping educate and be able to help people. So
I think that is the key right there with what you do with every single person that you work with, is first you want to educate. You're not about just getting them in, signing a contract with them. No. It's not at all like that. And what I love about Shawna, first of all, yeah, she's a little bit younger, but guess what? She's probably more knowledgeable than any of your older financial advisors out there. Number one, you were born into it. Number two, you have the knowledge of the new what people need to know today, because the world has changed, life has changed, and you have all of that. She's also the most caring person. I mean, I really mean that, because I know that the way that you, when we talk here, it's the way that you look out for your clients to make sure that they're understanding, number one, everything that they're doing, but also you take them through the steps of getting them to having that relaxed retirement.
Exactly. And really, we want to, our clients are like our friends or our family. We really, truly do care. We want to take you into retirement and through retirement. And so even though I'm a financial advisor, I'm a fiduciary, I would think of myself more like a financial coach. So it's really the bottom line is it's your money. We want to help guide you and make sure you're making the right decisions and not overlooking something, but we're not here to tell you what to do with your money. So that's how we want to help.
She's also A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, and you could call her at 833-4MY-WEALTH, and she does a 15-minute, it's a discovery call that she likes to do with everybody. And again, let me just tell you something. You're in there 3 times before anything. You go in there, there's a lot to learn before you just go ahead and sign on the dotted line.
We do not rush the process. We want to get to know you, ask all the questions, make sure that we're getting all the information needed to be able to put together the right income plan, the right recommendations. And so it's a 3-step approach. We're not going to have you sign anything the first time or the second time. We really want to dive in and make sure it's the right fit, the right approach, that we're a good fit for you, you're a good fit for us, and make sure that we're going about it the right way.
Her book is called Retire with More, Moore, The Holistic Approach for a Relaxed Retirement. And our number here is 602-277-5369, and toll free it's 1-866-536-1100. And I'm letting everyone call throughout the rest of the show. 5 lucky winners are going to win. Now, I want to talk about the Social Security Fairness Act. I cannot believe that, I don't think I've even heard it on the news at all. I don't know. Maybe I have. I've been so busy lately. But tell me a little bit about what it is.
So what it is it potentially can increase benefits for those that receive a pension from a job that either that didn't require them to pay into Social Security, eliminated their Social Security, or reduced their Social Security benefits. So primarily that impacts public employees or people who had overseas employment. So like federal workers under the old system, state and local government workers, a lot of teachers in a lot of states, they're all can be impacted on this, to where previously they may not have qualified for benefits due to their pension, or their benefit may have been reduced dramatically. That has been eliminated. So this went into effect January 5th. Of this year, but it actually is retroactive back to 2024.
So you're listening to this, and maybe it's you or someone that you know. You may not know that there might be, I guess, some money on the table, if you want to say it that way.
Exactly.
Okay. And, so number one, who, but which is what you've said, how.
Well, they don't. You may or may not automatically qualify, so you might have to reach out to Social Security and find out. Now, some people maybe already applied, then found out they weren't eligible, so you might automatically potentially see those benefits increase. But a lot of people knew that they didn't qualify, so they never applied for Medicare. So unless you go and apply for those benefits, you're not going to receive those. So it's best to either you can talk to us or a professional advisor, or you can make an appointment with the Social Security Administration, go on to ssa.gov and just submit an application to see if you do qualify. But we're happy to answer some of those questions, and we just want to make sure to get the word out, because what I'm seeing is that a lot of people haven't heard about this. I'm seeing it on social media talking about how they don't get their Social Security, so people are not hearing about this. And we actually have a client that did hear about it, and she called us. She's already gotten approved, and this was a few weeks back, and she's getting like $12,000 back payments for last year.
Nice.
And now she's starting to get $2,000 a month that she wasn't previously getting. That is a dramatic increase in her overall retirement income plan with us.
She must be so happy.
She's so relieved over that.
Wow. So you see, what I love about my show is this exact thing. Where else but on Networking Arizona are you going to find out about the Social Security Fairness Act? Right, and it might have even been out there and you didn't realize what they were saying. But the information here, this is what's great. Now you can also call her and talk to her. She'll do a 15-minute, it's a discovery call. She'll help you there if you need to understand it. I also think people are going to have to understand what it is they need to do and all of that, which you said that you can help them with that. Her number direct is 833, 4, My Wealth. We're going to go to a break. She's A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau. You can check her out on her website, which is More Wealth. Wait, is it not? That's what this morewealthtalk.com. I was looking at the wrong one. So morewealthtalk.com. And call in here, get entered in to win the book, Retire with More. And our number here is 602-277-5369. Hang tight. We'll be back in just a minute.
Knowing every client is different, Anna von Strassenberg, CPA, PLLC, prides herself by offering ethical, accurate, and professional guidance when it comes to accounting, tax, and consulting services like tax return preparation, tax projections, proactive tax planning, IRS representation, QuickBooks, Pro Advisors, and more. For more information or to schedule a free consultation, call 480-964-4030. That's 480-964-4030. Services available year-round. ArizonaCPAs.com.
Hi, this is Darcy Bergen, owner of Bergen Financial Group. Do you know that the current tax law will probably expire in 2026 and tax rates are set to go up? If you haven't got your tax plan in place, go to my website, retirewithdarcy.com, get my new book and also some retirement guides. But most important, get your tax plan in place. Get your money out of your IRA at today's rates, maybe a Roth conversion strategy. Give us a call, 480-430-2337.
Tired of paying high hourly fees when you need a plumber? With Cobra Plumbing, you get the same great service as the other guys, but you pay by the job, not the hour. So if you have a residential plumbing issue, don't wait. Call Cobra Plumbing today. Plus, our work is guaranteed. So call us today for your free estimate. Call 602-663-8432. That's 602-663-8432. To see a list of our complete service offerings, go to cobraplumbing.net.
Have you ever counted all the skincare products in your bathroom? The ones you've tried, tested, and hoped would work? Not anymore. Desert Bloom Skincare Clinic offers a complimentary consultation where they expertly analyze your skincare routine. Their knowledgeable staff removes the guesswork, saves time, and helps slow the aging process, achieving healthier skin. Embrace a fresher, younger-looking you today. Schedule your complimentary consultation. Call 480-567-8180. That's 480-567-8180. DesertBloomSkincare.com. My shoes, soaked. My favorite dress, a disaster. My stress level, off the charts. Yep, my sink decided to share its water with my wardrobe. Thankfully, Drylux Restoration got here fast. They dried everything out, fixed the mess, and even made it smell normal again. When disaster strikes, don't wait. Call Drylux 24/7 for fast professional restoration services. 480-659-2429. That's 480-659-2429. DRYLUX.com.
Wow, everybody wants greater health, wealth, and happiness. We at Hypnotic One help everyone achieve that by eliminating your negative, unwanted, outdated habits and addictions in 1 to 7 days and include a lifetime warranty. Now's the time to take control or eliminate drugs, alcohol, smoking, weight gain, stress, and depression. We at Hypnotic One make changing fast, fun. Call now, 602-547-0446. For a 1-hour consultation and motivational CD, it is priceless and life-changing.
If I traded it all.
Welcome back, everyone. We're talking with Shawna Moore. She's the owner of Moore Wealth Management. Her book is Retire with Moore, Moore, the holistic approach for a relaxed retirement. We've got our lines open here for everyone to get entered in to win. 5 lucky winners are going to win. And our number here is 602-277-5369. And toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. And I'm going to let everyone call throughout the rest of the show. We're talking here about the Social Security Fairness Act, and that I even said I didn't know anything, never even heard anything about it. I know that you want to talk a little bit more about the provisions that you want to make sure that people know about.
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
So the new law essentially cancels 2 provisions, which are the Windfall Elimination Provision, or the WEP, and the Government Pension Offset. So the WEP reduced Social Security benefits for former public employees and people receiving an overseas pension who had an employment that was maybe exempt from paying into Social Security. And then the GPO, or the Government Pension Offset, reduced or even eliminated the Social Security benefits of former public employees if they claimed spousal benefits or surviving spousal benefits. So these things could be something that can have a huge impact on your retirement.
Well, the story that you said earlier was huge.
Yes.
And when it comes to seniors, money is what it's all about, right?
Yes.
And if you don't know, I want to go and tell them again, this thing started when?
It was effective January 5th, and the reason is that, public employees have for a long time claimed, and I tend to think I agree with it, that these 2 provisions unfairly reduce their benefits, especially if they did pay in for maybe another job or something, but now they have this pension, and the government says, oh, you no longer get Social Security. Mm-hmm. And we've talked in the past, and Social Security benefits, when you really look at what you put into it, you're not getting enough back anyway.
It's not fair.
So it's really unfair. So I'm just glad that they have repealed this, and this is going to affect a lot of people.
A lot of people.
So, and it is retroactive back to January 1st of 2024.
Wow. So a lot of people are going to be affected in a good way. This is not a bad thing, right?
Correct.
Yeah. So, because a lot of times we hear something bad on, but no,
Especially
this
with
is
Social
very
Security.
good, especially with Social Security. Now, how do people, get these extra benefits? What are they supposed to do?
Well, if they've previously filed for Social Security benefits, apparently you don't need to actually take any action to receive the increased payments, but as long as your mail address and direct deposit information have not changed. So you can verify this information by going to Social Security's website. It's ssa.gov, and sign in and just make sure everything's accurate. Or, of course, you can always meet with someone at Social Security. But it's just a good idea to check that. And if you never filed for benefits because you just thought, well, I'm not receiving anything, then you just want to go online or go to a Social Security office near you and file for benefits.
Now, you also have a chapter here in your book.
I do.
About Social Security. Let's talk about that for a minute.
So in the book, we're talking about, because one of the main things that we do for our clients is really try to maximize their Social Security benefits in the right way. So it doesn't mean for us, we're not an advisor that says, oh, just wait till your full retirement age. No, everyone should wait till 70 or take it as early as possible. We want to find the right time for you based on what income you have. So we want to explain how those benefits look, what happens if you do collect at 62 because you want to collect early, or delayed retirement credits, for example. If you wait past your full retirement age, you're going to get an 8% increase up until age 70 the longer that you wait. But we want to look at what is that kind of magic number. So we do Social Security reports, but the book talks a little bit about some of these different factors to look at. If you start at 62, you're going to have a reduced benefit, and then your cost of living adjustments are based on that reduced benefit. So even if the cost of living adjustment percentage is the same, the dollar amount is going to be less than, say, if you wait until 65 or 67 or 70. However, if you want to retire early, maybe it is best to take it at 62. So it's very complicated, in my opinion, and we don't want to give a black and white. It's a very gray area as far as when
it's
should
been
you
a
start
gray
taking
area
social.
for a long time.
Exactly.
I hate to say this, but it's true. I didn't mean to, talk over, but I'm telling you, this is the one thing that once you start getting up in your age, around probably 58, 59, you start thinking about that Social Security, and you don't know when to, nobody knows when to take it. And you have to sit down with someone like you who could really, and I think that's what you want to talk about for a second, because to me, with what you do is you really dive into their life, right? And you want to talk a little bit about that because every person is different, and your neighbor's going to tell you when to take it. Your friends are going to take it now. You never know if it's going to be around, right?
Right.
You got to listen to somebody who's really going to help you find out whether this really is right or not. Tell them what you do.
And that's where I'm a retirement income certified professional. So there's a lot of great advisors out there that help their clients, that are really good at helping them grow their assets during their working years. But a lot of those are not really specialized in retirement income planning. So it'd be kind of like, when you're in your 50s or 60s, are you going to go to your pediatrician still? Or are you going to go to your cardiologist? So we specialize in retirement income planning. So that's like upgrading from your pediatrician to a cardiologist or another specialist at retirement, because a lot of times if you're not specialized in this, you just tell your client, take 4% out withdrawal, take Social Security at 67, and there's not a lot of thought put into it. And that could work, but it's a lot safer to go through the whole process to make sure, is this the right time to take Social Security? Should you delay it? But if you delay, you're taking more out of your retirement accounts. So you really want to have that conversation and really run all those numbers to see how you're going to maximize your income.
Now, you can call her direct. Her number is 833-4MY-WEALTH. Her website is Moore, MOORE, wealthtalk.com. We've got our lines open here for everyone to get entered into win her book, Retire with Moore, MOORE, the holistic approach for a relaxed retirement. And 5 lucky people are going to win this book. And we've got our lines open here. We're going to let everyone call throughout the rest of the show. Our number here is 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. She's A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, and she does do complimentary, which she calls discovery calls. You have to start with that. I believe, in my opinion, that almost everybody, when they're hearing this information like this, give her a call, sit down and talk, find out, where am I at with this? And you can start that way with people, right?
And the other thing, by the way, with Social Security that a lot of people are unaware of, and there's talk about it being changed now, but that Social Security currently is taxed, potentially based on your overall income amount. Now, there is talk about going back to before the 80s when Social Security benefits were not taxed. So that's always a possibility. But
is that going to happen in my life, you think?
I don't
know.
I don't know. Maybe. It would be nice. It would change things. But even if they do change, they're talking about eliminating taxes on Social Security, potentially no taxes for those that make it under a certain amount. But I always say you still want to plan for that, because even if they remove it, how do you know that in 5 or 10 or 15 years, all of a sudden they don't change the taxes and start taxing it again? So the thing is to be prepared for kind of a worst case scenario to make sure you don't run out of money in retirement, rather than we're going to say nothing's taxed and you're going to get these amazing returns. We want to make sure that if it's not the greatest returns and you do have taxes or a high tax rate environment, that you're not going to run out of money and you're going to be able to still survive and thrive in retirement, because you've spent all these decades working and earning this money. You want to make sure that you're not just sitting around living a just in case retirement and not going out to eat or not taking those trips or not spoiling the grandkids. You want to make sure that you're accounting for all these different factors, including things like inflation.
Well, look at where we're at today, right? It's very hard. The seniors are really having a tough time.
Yes.
And when you're looking at how much gas is and how much it costs for a dozen eggs. Right.
Exactly.
I mean, life for them is just really, really, really hard. And the main thing is that you have to make sure that you're doing things correctly, I think. Right. And nobody really knows. You do second opinions?
We do second opinions. So yes, if someone's already working with an advisor, or you kind of do it yourself, but maybe we have a lot of people say, well, I've been doing it myself, I've done okay, but I don't want the stress of doing this myself anymore. We kind of can work with you so you can still have some control and feel that you're not giving it up completely, but you have more of like a professional oversight.
I think
to make sure you're not overlooking
a
something.
Professional oversight. I really do.
You really should, and that's why we just say we shouldn't wing it, or still working with the same advisor that maybe got you through, which maybe did a great job while you're working. But if they don't specialize in things like Social Security and how to draw on your accounts to make sure you don't run out of money in retirement, if it's something super simple where they just don't really make any changes, there's probably something that they're not experienced with that. And no offense, because they've probably done a great job all these years, but it does take a specialized approach as you get into that 5 to 10 year window before retirement and into retirement, to make sure that you don't look at 75 and look at your finances and say, we might run out of money.
She's been doing this for 27 years, and she was born into it. And not only that, she is so passionate about what she does, and she likes to educate the public. That's what you're all about. And you come here, you have your podcast, which is More Wealth Retire Talk.
More Wealth Retirement Talk.
Right,
yes.
Retirement Talk, not Retire Talk.
On Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Amazon,
and so,
or on our website, they can get links to those.
Okay, and then A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau. And the main thing with her is that I think what you love to do is just really find out about that person.
Yes.
And how she can really help you and how you do that. I really love that when you brought that here that time, and you had all of the paperwork and showed, and then charts that you had, and it was incredible. And nobody realizes that money, it has color, right?
Yes.
Remember we were talking about that?
We talked about the color of money.
Yeah, tell them about that real quickly.
So what we do, we talk about the color of money, and you have money that's red money, which is your money at risk. Usually that's your 401ks or kind of your buy and hold strategy. Yellow money is managed, so there's a little bit less risk. And then green money is your safe money. So if you were going to build a house, are you going to put roofing material for the foundation?
No.
But that's like your red money. So if your foundation of your house is at risk, the house is not going to, it's going to fall down.
It's going to fall apart.
Yes. So
and that's why you need somebody who is a professional. And today I think you do need somebody who's a little younger, who has the knowledge of how everything is done today. I think that's another really, really, really strong point that you also have. Again, her phone number direct, it's 833, the number 4, My Wealth. We're going to leave our lines open here for everyone to call in, and we've got 5 people that are going to win her book. It's called Retire with More, Moore, the holistic approach for a relaxed retirement. And our number here again is 602-277-5369. Go to her website. It's more, Moore, wealthtalk.com.